the street is this guy can build anything. Let's find out. Hey, are you Kevin?
Yes, I am.
Hey man, I'm Anthony.
Hey.
Hustler Raw Deal.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Hey, let's go inside.
Sure. Kevin, I'm Anthony. Nice
Hey.
to meet you.
Too.
We appreciate you submitting your story to us, so we're going to give you this t-shirt as a token of our appreciation.
Thanks.
Hopefully you'll wear that with pride.
Cool. Yes.
So tell me something about yourself.
I'm Kevin Stevens and 18 years old.
Right.
And I just graduated from Timber Creek High School.
Hey, well, congratulations. What
Yeah.
are your plans for school afterwards?
I'm headed off to University of Central Florida to
Very
study
cool.
for my mechanical engineering degree.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about your raw deal. What happened?
It was just a normal day, you know, wake up, go to school, get home, work on homework, play a bit of games, and, you know, I was just like, okay, you know, I want to go out for a cooler ride, and I have this electric drink cooler. It's basically an electric scooter.
Yeah, tell me about that. What's that about?
With a drink cooler, and it's like electric powered, and it's like a mobility vehicle
Right.
almost.
You hand built it?
Yeah,
Like from scratch?
hand built it from scratch from
Wow.
like 2 years, and you know it goes about 12 miles an hour. Electric vehicle. You could put drinks in it, or you could pull the cooler out and you know put like a speaker box that
Oh,
plays
okay.
your iPod and stuff.
That's pretty neat.
So yeah, I was just went out for a ride. You know, I headed down to this community nearby called Avalon, and you
Okay.
know, I was driving around, and you know, I went towards the street, and I was waving the cars to go to cross the street.
Right.
And it turns out the car that I waved, you know, comes out almost into the lane, like right next to me, and he's like, "You come over here. I'm not gonna come to you." You know, he's like flashing his cop lights and stuff. It was
Wow.
a police officer.
So were you doing anything to warrant
mean-
being pulled over? I mean, that seems pretty harsh. You were just stopped, right?
No, yeah, he just basically rudely told me, you know, just come over here. I'm not coming to you. So cop goes over and to the little square area, you know,
Yeah.
like right across the street, and I go over there, and you know, he gets out of the car and he's like, "Oh, what do you think you do? What do you think you're doing? You shouldn't be riding this." No. And he was
So, I mean, he was mean right off the
yeah,
bat. Just came out with
he
an
wasn't
attitude.
very nice right off the bat, and he just started talking to me and telling me all this stuff. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be doing this, and goes in his car to write a ticket for me, and you know, he's just saying things. And he gets back, he's like, "You know, you shouldn't have been doing this. So you know, people take this to court all the time, and they
Yeah,
always
but he
lose."
says it like you were doing something. You were just riding a scooter.
Yeah, I mean,
sitting on a scooter,
it's-
putzing along. Nothing really crazy, right?
It's more safe, if not just as dangerous or more safe than riding a bicycle down the sidewalk.
Yeah, they don't get tickets,
I
do
mean,
they?
yeah, no, they don't. I mean, I was going like probably 10 miles an hour at the time. You know, the motor was blown. It
Yeah.
barely pushed you fast enough. So, you know, I was just cruising
What
down.
happened with the cop? He gave you a ticket for how much?
$160. More than a
$160.
speeding ticket. Yeah, it was just the craziest thing ever.
How old were you at the time?
I was 17, and
So the 17-year-old being badgered by a cop, basically.
yeah.
Did you think about fighting it?
I thought about fighting it, and
Right.
you know, I wanted to, but I was researching through all the laws and stuff about like what the law he wrote down that I broke on. And
What was that law that he said you broke?
it said you can't just drive a motorized vehicle on the sidewalk, and I was looking at the descriptions of motorized vehicles
Right.
and like exceptions because like you know it was like a power chair, so I was hoping like you know it'd be like excluded because it's a power chair. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's just as fast as a mobility scooter, like
Yeah.
you know old people drive around.
Yeah, I see them all the time on the sidewalks. There's
Yeah,
no
so
problem with
basically, it was reading about like how the wheels were set up, and it basically said that you know if you have a Segway, you can drive it on the sidewalk, but that's about it. And
Well,
you
that's
know,
silly.
it's like $3,000 for those things. I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
trying to go to UCF, I mean, every little bit of money
Every little
helps
penny
paying for
counts.
college.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely. Hey, I understand that.
it's hard to do.
So did you get any points on your license?
Yeah, basically, I got the points for driving the vehicle on the sidewalk.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
and like.
vehicles used loosely because it's a tiny little. Cooler,
Yeah, I
isn't
mean
it?
it's just a drink cooler. So you know, there's a test you have to take. You know, you can take this test to get points revoked. Like off the
Yeah.
license, you can get them taken off. And it said it's actually 90 days, but you know, I thought it was like 6 months because you know that's what most of the things said, but it really was only 90 days. So. I tried to turn that letter in to get my points at the DNV, and they basically told me that I had to write a letter and send a letter in to a judge,
Yeah.
so he could accept that and you know verify.
Did he accept it?
He did not accept it. I do not I still have the points on my license.
Wow.
Apparently, there's a guy with a a very similar name with a huge record that, you know, they probably mixed me
So
up
there
with.
was a clerical error made somewhere with the cop, right?
Yeah, I mean, when he wrote me the ticket, you know, I mean, my handwriting is bad, but, you know, there was some stuff on there I could not read
Yeah,
on the
they
ticket.
usually write in chicken scratch. So
Yeah.
what was the problem?
And my name, apparently my middle name looked very much like a different letter. And, you know, he saw the thing and he's like, wrote down the name, and like apparently the judge probably thought I was someone else.
So then
Yeah.
you also found out that there's a guy with your same name who has a huge rap sheet.
Yeah.
And compared to you, who you're innocent, you don't have anything.
Yeah, I mean,
The clerical error screws that all up.
he probably thought I was that guy, and,
Right.
you know, he goes down, he judge is probably like, oh no, this guy again, you know, I'm not going
Yeah.
to accept him. You know, had to pay all the money, you know, I had to pay money for driving up to, all the way up downtown, waiting in traffic, all the time it takes. I had to go to the DMV also, because I
Yeah,
also
that's-
had to get...
DMV is not fun. So basically, you end up with a $164 ticket, points on your license. You lose your time, your money, and your energy to figure out all this stuff, all because you were riding a small scooter on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, Anthony. That's my raw deal.
Hey, appreciate it. And now it's up to you guys. Go to myrawdeal.com right now and vote. Do you think it'll be story number 1, story number 2, or story number 3? It's your choice to tell me what you think was the rawest deal. Go on myrawdeal.com now and vote.